What's good, YouTube? This video is going to be about 7 signs a guy doesn't like you like that as a girlfriend. A lot of times I'm on the phone with a client and she's saying she's getting mixed messages from the guy that she likes or is talking to. They're often confused about if he likes them at all or how much he likes them, if the feelings are mutual or if they're barking up the wrong tree. And since many refuse to talk on the phone, they often send me screenshots of text messages from the guys who are clearly after something, but not their hearts. Other women are obviously, at least to me anyway, in the friend zone, but somehow they've missed those clues. And then there are others who want love and affection, but who are clearly only being offered eggplant emoji. So this video is about the signs that he doesn't like you or isn't pursuing you as a girlfriend. Not a friend, not a F buddy, not a sneaky link, not a cuddy buddy, but a girlfriend. Not a bust it baby. Let's be real. Most people are not photogenic, and undoctored pictures almost never do anyone justice. I've had about 300 clients tell me that somebody either looked better in person based on their pictures and that their pictures didn't do them justice, or they looked way more raggedy than they expected them to look based on the profile pictures. A lot of people wish that they could have spoken to a person on a video or heard their voice before swiping in the wrong direction. People often complain about how much time was wasted misjudging attraction based on pictures and weak-ass inbox messages alone. Hell, at the very least, I know many of you are tired of trading dried-up pleasantries until you both grow too bored to respond to one another. Matter of fact, put a 1 in the comment section if you've ever thought to yourself, I have shit to do, and just block somebody for wasting your time. And I know I can't be the only person who showed up to a date after looking at some attractive pictures and thought, damn, they got me. I was mistaken. Hell, I've been catfished 3 times, so I know how rough it can be. For years as a life and dating coach, I've suggested that my clients do preliminary video dates before they meet people in person. They find it awkward to set up or ask for, so they usually don't do it out of anxiety. But on our app, it's the only way to connect to somebody after you match with them or like them. There's no need to be nervous or anxious. It's not awkward. It's just the way things are, which protects you from getting catfished or placing yourself in danger to meet a stranger you've never seen or spoken to. It facilitates real people having real conversations to see if there's a real connection. Instead of an inbox full of emojis and acronyms, you check your likes and your video messages. Have an instant speed date when you like someone instead of passing messages back and forth for a week. How much simpler would it be to weed out the unserious and measure real intellectual compatibility? You can also easily screenshot inappropriate behavior and get predators banned for life. Our app has the power to change dating culture for the better and bring back the humanity and the respect to dating apps. We want to really get people talking again instead of just carelessly swiping away at people as if they were only pictures. Try our app today and help us restore the dignity back to dating online. The first sign is he doesn't ask you much about yourself or text you questions that open up a bigger conversation. Guys who keep it short and fun may be nervous, but if you're already familiar with each other, then short, fun conversations or meme sharing in the long run should ultimately lead to real talks. So if you feel like you've been texting for a while, sharing memes, but the conversation's gone nowhere, or you feel like there's a limitation with how much is being shared or asked of you on his end, he might not like you as anything more than a friend. So with that said, the next sign that a guy doesn't like you as a girlfriend through his text messages is, most of his text messages include the words sexy or fine or some indicator of attraction. He might say something like, what you doing sexy? What your fine ass doing? So he'll send you all that attraction text crap, but he won't converse in a way that's important to you. A lot of guys will finesse you and give you a false sense of importance using those attraction signals, using those compliments about how attractive you are, how sexy you are, those types of things. They'll shine that light onto whatever thing they like about your body or whatever thing they are attracted to, and you'll be so flattered. You'll like the compliment so much that you'll forget that they're really not giving you any substance because you got that dopamine hit. Please don't forget, it's easier to build sexual tension than a genuine rapport. Women start feeling attractive, so they start to feel special when a guy's flirting with them in this way, but it doesn't mean shit. So when men disregard growing the genuine rapport in favor of growing the attraction exclusively, it's usually because they don't like you as a girlfriend. They're not looking for anything serious from you. They're trying to hit it. But that's about it. Flirting and connecting are two different things. The next sign that a guy doesn't like you as a girlfriend is this guy is aggressive. He jumps the gun. Not only is he saying sexual things or pointing to his attraction, but he's being hyper aggressive with you sexually. He's being super bold, right? He's being a little bit sexually careless in the energy he's presenting to you. That recklessness is an indicator that he doesn't care that you feel comfortable or not. He doesn't care if he insults your sensibilities. If you reject him, so what? He's moving on to the next woman. You got to remember, a guy who likes you is going to be very careful not to offend you. When men are saying offensive, nasty, shitty, over sexualized things to you, they don't care if you feel disrespected. A lot of women confuse bold with reckless and disrespectful and end up in bed with these types of guys. And these guys are the absolute creepiest men possible. If any man's a creep, it's the one who's reckless in the way that he handles women sexually, especially when he doesn't know them. When a man has dismissed everything but your sexual value, he'll usually reveal himself in conversation. You got to remember, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. What is this man saying? What's on his tongue? What is the content of his conversation? It could be hard to have a real conversation with some of these guys because they keep inserting sex jokes and sexual comments. To this man, you are just a hole to stick it in. The next sign a guy doesn't like you as a girlfriend is he makes no effort at all to become important to you. He never really asks about your well being. He's never really interested in your overall happiness. He's not encouraging or motivating or inspiring in any way. In fact, when he has those opportunities, he kind of steps on them. If a guy's not asking about your feelings or trying to be a shoulder that you can lean on, he doesn't give a damn about you. We lead with service. We love through service. A man's presentation of service is his effort to love, is his effort to connect. No different from how women present their sexuality, their physical affections as an effort to connect, men produce and present their service. A part of that service is him trying to make himself useful by becoming a part of how you manage your well being, by becoming a mental and emotional resource, by becoming a support vessel for you. So if you've been texting a while and you notice a guy avoids any conversation about your life or your life's issues, he's not interested in anything serious. He's not trying to make it deeper. He's not even trying to get out of the text message zone and into the phone zone. The next sign a man just doesn't like you is that he's super boring. He doesn't make an effort to make you laugh, to make you smile, to be entertaining. He's not really interested in connecting through humor. Um, Sometimes men are just extremely low enthusiasm, and that can be seen. It's observable that they don't really care if you're having a good time because they're not having a good time because they're not excited to talk to you or they're not excited to text you. So be very careful. If a man's just tolerating you, it can be very obvious because he won't make any effort at all to entertain you or to show you a good time. There's this quote or song, "Girls just want to have fun." Y'all know the song from the 80s or whatever. That's true. That's our general understanding of what women want. They just want to have fun, right? And so most men, even the most rugged ones, try to show a woman a good time. When a man's going out of his way, it seems to just be a stick in the mud. The likelihood is it's because he's not entertained by you, and he's looking for probably some excuse to do something else, or he's just humoring you because he's bored. But he doesn't really care if you're having a good time because he doesn't value you. So be very careful and get far away from men who are like that with you. Moving on, the next sign a guy doesn't like you as a girlfriend is not looking for anything, especially through text messages, is he takes a long ass time to reply. Some of y'all be waiting 24 to 48 hours as if you basically reserved a text message for later on in the week. That's how a lot of y'all be waiting on these guys. You just let them do it. And you keep responding. You keep coming back to these guys. People text and shit at the same time. People will literally be at work on their phone. We check our phone hundreds of times a day. You mean to tell me he missed your text message? I can see if he operates on his phone, has multiple phones to handle like I do, uh, gets hundreds of messages. There are instances where people are just that sought after for whatever reason, business purposes or otherwise, that they might not miss a text. They might miss a text message, but the likelihood is the average guy isn't that damn busy and that separate from his phone that he can't acknowledge you texting him. So if you text a guy on Monday and you don't expect to hear back from him until Wednesday or Thursday, man, he don't give a fuck about you. Remember, hate is not the opposite of love. Indifference is. If a man is showing that indifference to your messages, indifferent to whether or not you're offended that he's taking too long, indifferent to whether or not he makes an impression that he likes you back, indifferent to how you feel about that, he doesn't like you. Because men protect the experience of the woman they like. There's a stupid ass song out right now, Love Me Good and Lie to Me. First of all, I just hate that messaging. I think women need to go back to singing about love in better ways. In the 90s, love was real. Now all these R&B singers are basically rapping lyrics uh, to harmonies. It's really disgusting, to be honest. And who gives a fuck if y'all don't like it? But the point is this. Um, the men generally protect the experience of the woman they care about. Love me good and lie to me. Love me good and entertain me. Love me good and consider me. Love me good and be nice to me. Love me good and be a gentleman. Love me good and be here. Love me good and support. Love me good and show up. These are things that men do when they care, even if it's not for love, but for like. So if a man's indifferent to you, if he gives no shits either way, if he nothings you, and that's apparent through his text messages, get far away from that man. Why are you working on your feelings toward him? He's not working on anything toward you. An indifferent man doesn't care if you're talking to someone else because he most likely already is. The next and final sign that a guy doesn't care about you or doesn't like you as a girlfriend, especially through his text messages, is he makes no effort to elevate the relationship or the communication, beyond text message. He lives in the same city as you, probably 15 minutes away. You both have cars. You both have had days where you didn't have anything to do. You both have the same off days. He's available. You're available. You know he's not doing shit. It's been communicated as much. A man who's interested isn't going to text message you for months without eventually trying to graduate it to a phone call or graduate it to a date or try to figure out how to hang out after work. He's not content with just giving you a few emojis every now and then. He's going to want more ultimately. And as long as you're receptive to him and you're responding to his text messages, you're giving him permission to pursue you, to keep coming forward. But if he doesn't come forward, it's because he doesn't like you. A guy who likes you will start to want more of you, period. So if you don't see progression in the text messages, in the tone, or in the depth, and or you don't see progression from him trying to go from text messages to hanging out or text messages to, hey, when's a good time to call? I prefer text. I prefer calls. You want a video chat. Like if he doesn't want to elevate the thing at all from text messaging, and you find yourself to be texting for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, that dude don't want you. So just move on. Just stop responding and move on. Or if you don't want to ghost him, you want to be nice, you can tell him, hey, this ain't going anywhere. So I'm gonna just we'll do my thing. Thank you anyway. But get away from that dude. He don't want nothing. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Follow me at Catfishing24 on Instagram. If you want a free copy of my Date Smarter, Not Harder dating workbook and journal, I'm giving that free copy out to anyone who wants to try our new dating app out. All you got to do is screenshot me a picture of your profile, play around on the app, let us know what you think about it, and you'll get your free printable copy. And like I said, that's all I got for now. I'll get with y'all later.